getting some stream stuff set up here. There we go. Just gonna move this over here. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Man. I think it's been such a long week and it's gonna be Wednesday. But I'm gonna try to finish this attack today, maybe start on another attack if I can. It's always a little difficult. Ugh. Let me tell you though, I am so tired and frustrated right now. Like, I have a second monitor that I've been trying to set up for stream so that I'm able to see, you know, my references and look at like OBS and stuff that I need to see when I'm streaming. I kind of made the silly mistake of not realizing that the connectors weren't the proper connectors, because my monitor takes a mini HDMI, but that is not what I ordered. I ordered initially a HDMI to DisplayPort, which is correct except for the fact that it's a mini HDMI. So I was like, oh shoot, okay. Well, not much I can do about that. Maybe if I at least, you know, buy a connector, then I can just keep the cord, and I have this converter if I like, need to use it for something else. But, I was stupid again, and I ended up buying a mini DisplayPort to HDMI. It's like, kinda not what I wanted to do. So, TLDR, I'm very stupid. Essentially. That is a takeaway from this video. Is that I'm a silly goose. I won't be streaming for very long today. Really, because I'm quite tired. But I also have a haircut appointment for this evening, and I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like you need to have a whole different social battery for like doing appointments like haircuts. Like, I like my barber, but he's very chatty, and I feel like I have to like indulge him in all the stories that he tells. Like, I wish there was an option to like pay more and just not have to talk to the person. Not because I don't like him. I'm just, you know, I'm generally more reserved and shy. It's weird. Ugh. I'm very much looking forward to being out of the phase where I just hate my art. I feel like it's great when you like, you know, like you feel like you're on top of the world, but like when you feel like you don't like your art, it's like, oh my god, holy crap. It's really hard to just do basic stuff that you need to do to an artist. So I'm gonna try and do some like, tutorial following and, you know, self-art education in the meantime and hopefully take myself out of that slump. But no guarantees it's gonna work. Totally forgot to link my stream in my Discord server. I should probably have like a setup phase before. I did just commission a bunch of overlays from this really cool artist on VGen. So I'm hoping that I get some of those assets soon and it kind of helps do that some of the stuff on stream that I'm a little bit more like experienced with. So I am definitely lacking in that department. Being on camera is honestly just a very new thing for me. Even though it's, you know, sunny and not actually me. It's just, it's very nerve-wracking. Does this line art look good? I hope so. I have a really hard time coming back to a line art that I like started and then left for a couple days. Maybe that's just me, but honestly, I really struggle with just working on pieces in like multiple sittings. I want to finish something when I start it. Okay. Got to grab reference sheet here for Ghost. Ugh. Really is a pretty character. It can do them some justice. It's a little hard what to do with characters that have traditional things like this. if not just because there's a lot of different ways to interpret it, I feel. I mean, I think everyone to some degree has to interpret their art style in different ways depending on what the character is. Like, I'm gonna lower the colors here a bit so I can kind of have the people stand out a bit more. Like Sunny, for instance, you know, has star eyes, but he's also my character, so I have a lot of like leeway, of course, of like how I draw him. So I have drawn him with more complex eyes in the past, not to the same degree, of course, but yeah, hopefully that's good. I think it does look a little bit like they don't have a lot of focus in their eyes, but I think it's kind of hard to do that more accurately when they don't really have a pupil that works like that. I'm like totally yapping out of my butt right now. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what eye color they have. Or, not eye color. Tongue color? I'm gonna guess, like, just normal red, since it's not listed on the reference sheet. God, I hope. Something I think a lot of artists tend to overlook when they're making reference sheets, just like those little things that I guess you don't tend to think about as like major aspects of your character's design. But then when other people go to draw them, it can be a major issue. I mean, I guess major is kind of overstated a bit. It's definitely annoying. Like, if you have the option to, always try to get someone else to use your reference sheet to draw and ask for feedback. That is difficult if you're not the one, you know, making the reference sheet. But if you are an artist, and you are making a reference sheet, it's very helpful to have, you know, feedback. There's a lot of reference sheets that I see that just don't really serve their purpose as a reference sheet, which is kind of weird to say. But I feel like a lot of people tend to misunderstand what a reference sheet is for. People will include, you know, paragraphs of text and all this extra information when that's more or less not really what a reference sheet's for. You know, a reference sheet, someone should be able to pick it up and draw your character visually without any other knowledge, and it can make it very difficult to draw them if there's a lot of like obfuscating information, and it's hard to tell what's important. Like, Sunny's reference sheet, I try to keep it pretty simple, even though he has a pretty darn complex backstory. But you don't need to know that he was born to a cult of Umberlee to know that he has like arm scars. That's a way more important feature to him than knowing every detail of his past. And of course, you know, shooting is, I feel like, probably the worst offender. And by worst, I mean, like, you know, crimes as far as shading tends to go. shooting this. Hopefully this turns out good. One of the rendering tutorials that I had watched earlier was giving some great advice, I think, in terms of how bounce light works with shadows without having to replicate or shading layer or use clipping. Because one thing that I've done to try and replicate that is to create a copy of my shading layer and then just erase the bits that I don't want shown twice. Which, again, does work fine. But, like, there's gotta be more efficient ways to do this. Like, back when I was a kid, I used to shade my eyes by going one line at a time in MS Paint because I didn't understand that they were gradient tools. I thought people were somehow, like, drawing gradients by hand every single time they had to draw anime eyes. Which is pretty torturous if you think about it. I mean, kudos to younger me for having the, almost bravado to do that by themselves. But yeah, I mean, holy. Once I figured out that Paint.net existed, I moved over to that. That was before I got Psy. Which, a much better program than Paint.net for drawing. But that was primarily when I got my tablet, and then, if I remember correctly, Paint Tools, Paint.net doesn't have, you know, tablet compatibility, like, it doesn't have pen pressure. So when I got a tablet for the first time, I was, like, kind of confused as to how to, like, transfer my skills over. So I didn't use my tablet for a while. This is back when we had bamboo tablets. Isn't the industry standard. And I did stick with Wacom, actually, even though it kind of turned out to be a not so great company, unfortunately. Well, making some progress. Making some progress. Not bad. I feel like it could be better, but we're gonna put this. So one strategy that I had learned recently was to try using a blur tool to remove some of this. Honestly, yeah, that kind of does work really well. I feel like the one caveat with this, unfortunately, is that you do kind of have to watch your lines. And it only, I guess, yeah. I feel like it, honestly, you know what? I feel like it's probably better to just select the area and then take an erasing airbrush to it. Like that. Because then you don't have to worry about line bleed. As long as it's not transferring over to other areas. Should be good. See, yeah, that right there, transferring to other parts of the canvas is difficult. But I mean, generally speaking, I feel like it's pretty okay. Like, especially on the tips here. And you don't really need to in like areas like that, like block the canvas. I hope this looks okay. I'm gonna like turn my colors back on and be like, oh god, this looks awful. Does that look any better? Honestly, I don't know. I feel like it's such a subtle, like, change. It's not really worth the time. Maybe that's bad to say, and I just haven't, like, used it properly. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's just maybe not for my style. Which is just totally fine. Don't need to have an art technique that works for every style. Let's see. Okay. Selection of layer. This feels like a little more helpful. Personally. Like, it's technically more work, but I do feel like it has a more clear-cut thing. I mean, I think part of it is also, like, I just don't tend to use airbrushes for a lot of my art. Like, once I learned how to properly cell shade. Well, like, okay, a couple years ago, I was an airbrush fiend. I got overlay everything. Which, it can be very pretty. I feel like I was relying on it to the point that, like, I couldn't really get my art to look good without it, so I just stopped using it entirely. And I've tried to go back since then and like re-implement it, and it just doesn't feel right. Like, there's definitely pieces that I've used it on, but I don't know, cell shading just feels so much more natural to me. And maybe it's technically wrong, but we're in the furry space. There's no rules. So now that we have the base shading layer down, I want to go in and add my bounce light here. And I always like to use blue because I feel like most sources of light, unless indoors and using artificial light, most of them are going to be warm colors. I feel like shading in blue is also just... oh, it's nice. Very insightful commentary, River, I know. But, fucking, I don't know. Honestly, if anyone asks me how I even, like, develop these, I don't know if I have an answer. Like, it's a lot of osmosis that just kind of happens in art. You see one artist that does something and you're like, wow, that's cool, I want to do that too. And suddenly you have an entire shading style that looks nothing like your previous one, and I guess that's kind of the cool thing about being an artist, is that you're just constantly improving and taking things other individuals, and it's like, I don't know, it reinforces that idea to me, like, everyone's connected. We all, we come from different backgrounds, and all sorts of stuff, but at the end of the day, we're like, equal. We're not equal. I mean, yes, of course equal, but like, you know. Everyone is like 10 relationships away from knowing everyone in the world. Like, realizing the whole Pirate Software situation recently, just knowing River Makes, who is the lead artist on Heartbound. It was crazy thinking, like, oh god, like, I know these people. Like, not know them, but, you know, in the same circle. Like, tangentially. Alright. I hope this looks okay. I'm still not over this feeling of like, oh god, this looks so bad. Yeah, I'm gonna add some hair highlights. And some tongue highlights, because that is an essential step of drawing for a character, is making sure that they look moist, hydrated, refreshed, and ready to rock and roll. Not accidentally setting your highlight layer to overlay because you're a silly, silly bean. Add some origin. Honestly, I really like just adding random colors into my lighting. Like, it looks odd, I feel, but it just, I don't know. It feels good to add. I guys end up experimenting with a bunch of stuff too. I will say the gradients that I tend to use the most these days is like, you know, overlay gradients to give it like a little bit of a pop. But even then, I do kind of want to mess with it. If anyone watches the stream god for some godforsaken reason, I'm so sorry. Just me yapping to myself, like, with no one home. Like, is it better to just talk when no one's here? I don't know. I feel like it's probably good practice for, you know, blabbering stuff on stream. Even if it does feel a little bit silly. Yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Apologies. Okay. Good to know that Sunny doesn't look like he's dead on the screen. I definitely need to add some kind of, like, live stream filter, because holy... You cannot leave Sunny, like, deceased while I'm streaming. God, that looks awful. See, this is what you get on my channel, it's just Just me mucking about like an absolute loser, like not knowing what is going on at any point in time. I am so sorry to anyone again who watches this VOD. God, what are you doing here? Like, holy. Alright, I just gotta listen to my phone real quick. I think this looks pretty good. Hopefully. Thank you, phone. Why is my phone with my face doing that? Jeez. Alright. Let's just add some quick filtering and make this not look hot garbo. Ugh. Can't trust gradients to do stuff. To make that a little more subtle, I think. Maybe also add some sparkles out? I feel like that'd be cute. Some nice flags, just randomly throw in there. I'm sure other artists do this, but it's like, you ever just randomly add effects into your drawings just to see how it would look, even if it looks like god-awful. Like, those are too big, but I'm still like, ooh. Ooh, I'm cooking. I should also probably add some effects because this person said that their Lucy's eye is a little dark, which, you know, it's not really the dark, but yeah. We will leave that there. I am so sorry. I really hope that's okay. Jeez. Thank you, music, for giving me the clown music as I upload this. Oh, yeah. Headshot. Yep. Solid 35 attack. Okay. I'm going to remember to turn time lapse on. There we go. Okay. First of all, this is gonna be attack for EPS? I think that's how you say their name? Holy, this character is so cute. Oh my god. Holy crap. He's so cute! Okay, let's find a good reference for this. Actually, you know what? I think I might keep this to a short stream since I'm so exhausted today. I did get one thing done. That's not bad. And it's good to keep the habit of streaming. Yeah. Uh, thank you, anyone who watches this VOD for some reason, since no one was here. But yeah, I hope you all have a great week, and enjoy the rest of our fight.